He won't let you rename it, I guess.
All because the Holmes, just tell her to review this. So the judge will get a review.
Ms. Davis, just go ahead and mute your device, and we'll worry about that later. Don't even worry about it. It's okay.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Maya. Let me get ready to send you
Good.
the document.
Okay. Thank you. Good morning, Mr.
All right, good morning, officer, and good morning, everyone. Officer, you may open court at this time.
Welcome all. 36th District Court, State of Michigan is now in session with the Honorable Judge Shannon A. Holmes presiding. During the Zoom court proceeding, there will be no gum chewing, eating, drinking, smoking, or talking. Also, you're required to be dressed appropriately for court. No do-rags, hats, pajamas, low-cut tops, spaghetti string tops, or underclothes should be visible. If you have any additional electronic devices, please silence them or turn them off now. Thank you all in advance for your compliance, and good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, and good morning to everyone.
Good
Good
morning.
morning
Morning,
to the
Judge.
staff that's in the courtroom. Good morning to you. Thank you for serving today. Thank you, Ms. Fields, for serving on this morning. Good morning to you.
Thank
All
you, Judge.
right.
Good morning.
All right. We are ready to get started. I will start by having the attorneys place their appearance on the record. I'm letting everybody know that when it's not your hearing, you will be muted. Please do not unmute yourself. Please do not dial out and dial back in. I will ask you to unmute when I'm ready for your case. I don't want to hear your background noise or your conversation. Thank you so much. Attorneys, your appearance, Mr. Reed and Mr. Fikens.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning. For the record, Jesse Reed, Drug Court Defense Attorney, P 23863. Judge, I'd like to make a motion, continuing motion, that my appearance be for all of my clients scheduled before the court this morning. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. Good morning to you, and your motion is granted.
Thank you.
And good morning, Your Honor. Robert Fikens, P 31894, Drug Treatment Court Defense Counsel. I too would make a similar motion.
All right, thank you, Mr. Fikens. Good morning to you, and your motion is granted as well. I do see our case managers, and so I'll start with the courtroom first. Mr. Griffin, if you could just place your appearance on the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Brian Griffin, Drug Court Case Manager on behalf of the Probation Department.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Griffin and Mr. Yancey.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning. Kenneth Yancey on behalf of Sobriety Court, Your Honor.
Thank you, and good morning, Mr. Yancey.
Good morning.
All right, I am starting with Mr. Santour on this morning. If you could unmute your phone for me. I do see, before I call Mr. Santour's case, I do see Attorney Burgess as well as his client, Mr. Combs, in the, well, I did see him, in the virtual courtroom. And so, Attorney Burgess, just for the sake of time, will your client be assessed today for specialty court?
Your Honor, I know he did discuss it with Mr. Yancey the other day. I'm not sure what the results were. Judge, just because you asked last time, I did email you last night his initial drug report from Concentra.
Yeah.
I did email the court, you directly, Judge, so.
All right, thank you. And so,
You're very
Mr.
welcome.
Yancey, did you have the opportunity to speak with Mr. Combs?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, is he going to be assessed for drug treatment court on today?
Yes, I'm going to do an intake on him unless something has changed.
All right, do you need to go in the breakout room with Mr. Burgess or how do y'all want to do it? I just want to make sure we keep the docket moving.
I explained everything to Mr. Combs. I'm willing to explain everything to his attorney if that's necessary.
I don't know that it's necessary, Attorney Burgess.
No, Your Honor, I don't believe that's necessary. I understand.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much. Then I'll continue with my docket. Somebody needs to mute their phone. All right, very good. I have Mr. Santour's case. Good morning, Mr. Santour.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Please state your full name for the record.
Tyler J. Santour.
All right, Santor. Mr. Griffin, can you please place the case number on the record for me this morning?
Thank you, Your Honor. This is case 19M154500, Tyler.
Hold on, Mr. Griffin. I can't hear you. Is that Mr. Santor's noise in the background?
Probably. They're loading a high-low on a trailer. I'm sorry.
All right. Nope, that's okay. All right, Mr. Griffin, if you could just speak a little louder for me, that case number again?
Okay, Your Honor, this is case 19M154500.
All right.
Santor.
Thank you. And Mr. Santor, did you agree to have your hearing today in our virtual courtroom?
Yes.
Wonderful. How are you, Mr. Santor?
I'm great. How are you?
I am doing very well. You are at work this morning?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. How is that going?
It's going beautifully.
Very, very good. And so what have you been doing? I haven't seen you. Tell them I said be quiet. I'm just kidding. Oh, don't say that. Don't say that.
Oh, I know. I don't have my 90 days until the 15th, so I can't say
Yep,
things like
you
that.
need to get those 90 days in. Yes, sir. All right. Mr. Santor, I haven't seen you in a while. Tell me what's been going on with you since the last time I've seen you.
It's been working and doing everything I can to stay sober and I don't keep my mind busy, getting ready for Christmas for my
All
spoiled
right.
kids.
Yes, that's right. How are those small kids doing?
Getting big. They got to go back to school for like 2 or 3 weeks, and they're back to remote again.
Okay. All right. And so what do you think is helping you to staying busy, keeping your mind occupied, that those are the things that's helping you to stay sober?
Yeah, doing little tedious things around the house that haven't been done, and making sure, once I'm in a good place, I stop so I can save some for another day when I need to take my mind off things. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. All right. And so, Mr. Griffin, we didn't staff on yesterday. Update me as to where Mr. Santor is with respect to the program, please.
Okay, Mr. Santor is in the phase 2 program.
I'm sorry, he's in what phase?
Phase 2, Your Honor.
Okay.
He completed outpatient treatment. He has completed 112 cell meetings. He's currently doing community service at Mother Waddles. All costs and fees are paid in full. He has been referred to alcohol habit safety education and the sobriety video. He had completed the RS program in March. He is a 24-month case, and he'll be with us until August of 21.
All right.
He does have no right to life, Your Honor, and there's been no violations noted.
All right, wonderful. So he's on track with his 24-month contract. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. Everything is going well. He's tested twice a week, and also, like I say, he had to interlock and spend no violations noted.
Wonderful. So you are doing very well, Mr. Santor. What do you need us to help you with?
Nothing at this time. I'm in a good spot, I believe. I actually watched that video that was emailed last night too, so it's fresh in my mind for today.
Oh, tell us about the video. What did you take from the video?
That I'm very blessed and lucky that my circumstances didn't end up like that, because I don't know how I'd be able to handle that. I mean, that was a terrible, terrible tragedy, and I mean, I'm going through some family things right now. It's a little rough, but it was very eye-opening, and I'm very lucky that nobody was hurt in my circumstances.
And so for those in the courtroom today who have not seen the video, what happened? Tell them.
There was a star football player, I believe Texas it was. He was driving and veered and hit a car, and there was a young woman in the car and two of her friends killed, and she was burnt like 60%, I believe it said, and she has multiple, according to the video, she still has multiple surgeries to go, and she's very unrecognizable, lost her nose, no use of her hands. Like it's very upsetting and heart-wrenching.
Yeah. And all because someone made a decision to drink and get behind the wheel of a car, right?
Yep.
And that's why those offenses are so serious everywhere. especially in the city of Detroit, because you place people at risk. And so I'm glad you saw the video. It sounds like you took away the right thing, that you're very fortunate to not have your life devastated or have devastated somebody else's life. And so you're doing a great job. I want to encourage you to keep up the great work that you're doing.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Griffin, he is 3 weeks. So that means that he would have a face-to-face with you. And I have indicated I'd like to leave it for that week, because you all can work out the logistics. Does that work for you, Mr. Griffin?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so I know that the 3 weeks would fall on the 26th. So I'd like to schedule his face-to-face. I'll just put as a holder date, November 25th, 2020 at 9:00 a.m. and you all can work out the logistics, okay?
Okay, Your Honor, thank you.
That way we stay on track.
You said the 25th, correct?
I said
Yes.
the 25th of November, yes.
Okay.
Okay, and Mr. Griffin will get in touch with you about logistics, okay?
All right, perfect. Thank you,
All
Your
right,
Honor.
good to see you. Be safe, take care.
Yeah, you
Keep
too,
up the
thank you.
great work. All right, I'm ready on Regina Cook. Ms. Cook, if you could unmute your phone for me, please. I have the following matters for Regina Cook. I have case number Z8059391 and case number SP10030011. Ms. Cook, state your full name for the record. I need you to unmute yourself first.
Regina Cook.
Good morning, Ms. Cook.
Good morning, Judge Holmes.
All
How
right,
are you?
I'm well. How are you this morning?
I'm good.
You good? All right, I'm in the virtual.
Good.
I'm sorry?
Not feeling too good, but I'm still here.
All right, are you doing what you're supposed to do in order to get to a better place and feel better?
Yes, I am taking 2 different kinds of insulins, and I pricked my finger, so I mean I'm going through a lot right now, but I'm trying to get myself better.
All right, you got to work at it, Ms. Cook. You can't give up. You're too
Yes,
young.
I am.
Okay.
I know. Right.
All right. You're in our virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom this morning?
Yes.
All right, very good. And so, Ms. Robs, good morning to you. If you could state your appearance for the record.
Morning, Your Honor. Ebony Robs, Drug Treatment Court Case Manager.
All right, Ms. Robs. How's Ms. Cook doing? We didn't staff on yesterday. How's she doing?
Your Honor, we do have, I do have something to report to the courts regarding Ms. Cook. A positive urinalysis from ATS that was forwarded to the lab that was positive for alcohol.
All right, Ms. Cook needs to go in the breakout room. Is there anything else you need to talk about, Ms. Robs?
No, Your Honor, not at this time.
I'm sorry, what was that date again?
The date, Your Honor,
of the test
was October 30th, 2020.
All right, Ms. Cook, we have some issues today. And Ms.
I know that, but like I talked to Ms. Robs and let everybody, the people that test in place, I use a lot of alcohol, and if I was drinking, I wouldn't even when it dropped. So like I said, I came too far to go back now. I did everything I had to do.
I'm sorry, unless you using whiskey to rinse your mouth out, and you swallow a little bit, your household alcohols will not give you a positive test. And Ms. Robs, do I understand that you said it was sent out, so they confirmed it?
Yes, Your Honor, it was sent out to LabCorp and confirmed.
Yes, so nope, if it was some kind of industrial substance, then it would have confirmed as such. It's confirming as alcohol, ETG. So I'm not gonna discuss it now. I'm gonna send you, who wants to go to breakout room with Ms. Cook?
I'll go, Judge.
All right.
Mr. was slow bouncing. I'll go, Judge.
Ms. Reed? All
yes,
right.
Judge. Mr. Pike is hesitating, so I volunteer.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Reed, please make sure you remind Ms. Cook that I deal with the truth a lot better than I do with making me jump through hoops. But the hoop has already been jumped through. It's not going to work out good for her because I'm not going to play games with her. She's been with us too long. In addition, you know, she complains about health issues and she has health issues, but she's got to help herself with those health issues. So, Mr. Reed, you know where I'm coming from. You need to just let her know. It's not going to
Yes,
work out
Judge.
well. Okay,
Absolutely.
very good.
Thank you, Judge.
You all will receive an invitation to breakout room 1. Please accept it.
Thank you.
All right, very good. I'm ready to keep moving. I'm ready on Mr. Sheehan. Mr. Sheehan, if you could unmute yourself, please.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Good morning, Mr. Sheehan.
Good morning.
Please state your full name for the record and tell me if you are willing to have your hearing in our virtual courtroom this morning.
John Sheehan, and yes.
You have a you don't sound good.
I'm actually standing outside Detroit receiving. I'm on the Bluetooth. I'm waiting to go in to see somebody that I actually dropped off here for the psychiatric ward.
I can't understand anything you're saying, Mr. Sheehan.
Let me try something different.
Come on, we have a courtroom full. They all saying they not waiting on you.
Hear me now?
That's better.
Now?
Yes, that's much better. All right, state your name.
John Sheehan?
All right, and you agree to have your hearing in our virtual courtroom this morning?
Yes.
Following matters for John Sheehan, U401-44117 and 1905681501. How are you today, Mr. Sheehan?
I'm doing good.
You're doing good? Very good. Tell me what that means to you that you're doing good.
I got a license, got a legal car, plated, insured. I got my license back. First time in about 3 or 4 years. I made the joke. It's actually first time 3 or 4 years I can drive and not worry about a cop pulling behind me. And actually, it was funny. I left the Secretary of State. Went home, got the plate on the car and everything, drove to work, and a Dearborn cop pulled in behind me, and I'm like, pull me over, please. I was like, please pull me over.
Good for you. Look at you. I'm so proud of you. That was one of your goals, and you did it. Congratulations.
That was actually two of the goals.
Well,
license and a car.
Right. I had them together. Oh, okay. And so very good. I'm so proud of you. How's your daughter?
Good. That's actually one of the things I wanted to discuss with you.
Okay.
So I've been talking with my ex-wife. I don't know if I've ever shared this, but technically I do not have visitational rights at this time with my daughter. I do have legal rights to her. My ex-wife has agreed to arrange with me to be able to come up and see her. The problem is what I would do is I would like to leave on a Friday and come back on a Monday, but with the random testing, it's kind of hard.
I'm sorry, with the
random testing through jams.
So, Mr. Sheehan, where are they? Are they in Michigan?
Yeah, they're in Onaway, Michigan. It's 250 miles north of Detroit.
Right. You would have to find a testing site there.
Okay, does it need to be any type of site or?
Mr. Griffin, if you could get with him about, is that Mr. Griffin? Yep. If you could get with him about locating a testing site, because he's still required to test.
Okay, Your Honor, I'll make the arrangements. I'll look up some things with him or whatever, and he'll let me know when he's going up there. So we'll get that taken care of. So, Mr. Sheehan, after we get off this call, I'll give you a call after this. And then you just have to let me know when you're going, and then we'll find some locations up there.
He's having a hard time hearing you, and I am too, Mr. Griffin.
Okay. I said after we get off the call, Mr. Sheehan, we'll discuss and we'll find some locations, some testing sites up there, and then you just have to let me know when you plan on going up there.
Okay. And then, Mr. Griffin, depending on the length of the stay, I would be willing to entertain a full panel the day he leaves and a full panel immediately upon return, as long as there's not too much lapse of days. Okay?
Okay,
Judge Holmes?
okay, Your Honor.
All right. Yes.
What I would like to do is actually leave Friday and come back on a Monday. And that's what what you were talking about is what I was kind of hoping you'd go for. Is I no problem dropping, Friday morning on my way out of town and coming back Monday and dropping on my way into work Monday.
Yes, but I need you to have some conversation with Mr. Griffin, and then he'll give me a recommendation, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good, very good. Mr. Griffin, what's going on with Mr. Sheehan?
Your Honor, he's testing, he's still attending meetings, even though he's over 100 meetings, he's still employed. He just informed me that he got his driver's license back. He will complete the ARMS program in March. He has a 24-month contract with us. His contract will be up in June of 2021. He has a balance of $341, so I did tell him that, and told him that he's allowed to come into the courtroom and make payments. So, he's on the right track. He's doing pretty good. Last things he has to do is to complete the ARMS program and pay off the $341 it costs, Your Honor.
All right, you heard that, Mr. Sheehan?
Yep, 341 in ARMS.
All right, very good. And so you are doing exceptionally well. Look, June is right around the corner.
Yep.
It's right around the corner. And so you're in great shape.
Thank you.
What do you need us to do to help you stay on track? I'm very proud of you for your progress, the hard work you've done. What do you need us to do?
None, just to work out something so I can go see my daughter. She's waiting. I told her I'd have some kind of information here soon, and she's excited. I'm excited.
Yep. You have to talk with Mr. Griffin about that, though.
Right. No, I know.
Yeah. And then I don't see where it won't work out. It's going to work out, but the logistics of it, you need to do that through your case manager, okay?
Yep.
And then I'll approve of it.
That's the only thing I'm working towards. I'm still working 6 days a week,
Good.
between 65 to 70 hours a week, and still, running the 3-quarter house for my landlord. And I actually helped one friend get ready to go into rehab this past week. She got into a rehab where she could take her children and that. So she needed to go buy some things. Gave her the ride to go get the diapers and the food for her child. And I'm actually standing outside Detroit Receiving Hospital, where I brought another friend to get checked into the psychiatric ward to get help. So just, keeping myself busy, helping others. And and that's part of the NA program was, you got to help others to help yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wonderful. Very proud of you, Mr. Sheehan. Keep up the great work. Mr. Griffin, Mr. Sheehan is in phase 2. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So then I would like to schedule his face-to-face. That would also take place on November 25th, 2020. At 9 o'clock, and you all can work out the logistics, okay?
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful, thank you. Good to see you, Mr. Sheehan. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikes, anything you want to add?
Yes, Judge. Mr. Sheehan's a good report. I didn't hear it all, but I know you're doing a good job. Keep up with the good work. Be safe. We're proud of you. You've come a long way, and keep up with the good work. Thank you, Judge.
And Your Honor, if I might add, Mr. Sheehan, it's great to see that you're reconnecting with your daughter. Keep up the great work. Other better things will happen along the way. We're proud of you. Thank you, Judge.
All right. Mr. Sheehan, Mr. Griffin will be in touch with you so you all can get the visitation squared away, and then you'll have a face-to-face. I won't see you for a few weeks, and so keep up the great work. Good to see you today.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Wallace, Mr. Wallace, if you could unmute your phone, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Please state your full name.
Anthony Wallace.
And you're in our virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom this morning?
I sure do.
Wonderful. I have the following matter for Anthony Wallace. Case number 12059510001. Mr. Wallace, how are things going with you?
Beautifully.
Okay.
As you can see, I'm down. That's why I tried to let you see me this time with a lot of light. You know, I'm
Okay,
down here trying to put my man cave together. And
all right.
I'm supposed to be receiving a promotion Monday.
A
So I might move
promotion.
up at my job.
Good for you. Very
Yeah.
good. Very good.
Yes.
Look at you. You're doing the right things and it's being noticed, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Very
Yeah.
good. Very good.
So
All right. What are you doing to stay on track, Mr. Wallace?
I see my grandbabies every week, and we do a lot of grandfather and grandkid stuff. First, it used to be just my granddaughter who I had custody, but now my son, he bring all of them over, so I have about 6 of them.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you
He
have
blew
to
me
stay
some.
clean and sober, right?
Yeah, he blew me some out, and they love me.
Yes.
So I stay with them. Hey, they keep me so occupied. I feel so good about myself. And then they help me down here putting as you can see, my hats and stuff. I'm trying to put it together down here. So I'm making it like the kids' place for them.
Very good.
That's where we be at. So.
All right. How is your treatment going with Team Wellness?
No, I was at Detroit Recovery.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you
Yeah.
got switched in September. My apologies. How's that going?
Yeah. It was going beautifully.
Okay. Who's your counselor? Is it still Mr. Arnold?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Very good. You're still being open and honest with them so you all can work through
Oh,
some
yeah.
things.
Oh, I mean, the meetings be so deep. I don't even be wanting them to be over sometimes.
All
Because I
right.
be learning a lot that like when some people be talking and I'll be so glad that I never got that as far as they got. And
Yeah.
I mean, hey, they be having some deep conversations. I'll be like, man.
Yeah. And you know it can happen though, right? It can happen.
Yes,
To
ma'am.
anybody, right?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
All right.
It just be so deep when when you really sit back and listen. 'Cause you could be a talker, but sometimes it's time to listen.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Then I
All
go to
right.
jams. I go to jams still,
Testing like you should. Very good.
Yeah, I call them every morning.
All right. What do you find to be the most difficult part of the program so far?
I mean, it's just the part of listening, that I'm glad is, like the stuff I hear, and then they talk directly to you about, how far they went and the stuff that they went through. And I'd be like, man, I didn't let it get that far, and I just like going to listen, and thank God that I ain't let it get that far.
Yes, I'm glad. All right,
Yeah.
Mr. Yancey, anything you'd like to add?
Not so much, Your Honor. He's doing well. He's doing everything we asked of him. He's doing the virtual AAs. He talked about jams and outpatient already. We congratulate him on his promotion coming up. We just want to encourage Mr. Wallace. Just keep doing what he's doing, and pretty soon I'll have some new referrals for you. But right now you're on track. Just keep it up.
Yes, sir.
All right, wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Yancey. All right, Mr. Wallace is in phase 1. So that means that he'll come back to see me in 2 weeks, which means I will see Mr. Wallace on November 19th, 2020 at 9:00 a.m. Anything else for my consideration? Anything that any of the team wants to add?
You said the 19th?
November 19th. Yes.
Okay. Let me write that down.
Okay. And that's at 9:00 a.m.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Anybody, anything else from any of the other members of the team?
Your Honor, Jesse, Mr. Wallace, keep up the good work, good report. We're proud of you. Be proud of yourself. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Reed.
All right. Very good. I'll see you on the 19th. Continue to do well. Congratulations to you on your progress. Keep going. Keep pushing. Okay?
I'm gonna do my best. Do my best.
That's all I ask for. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. I'm ready on Mr. Petros. Come on, I'm
Good
ready
morning, Your
for
Honor.
you. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well. State your full name for the record.
Stephen Patros.
All right, Mr. Petros, you are in the virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. All right, Mr. Griffin, can you give me a case number?
Yes, Your Honor. This is case C039523, Stephen Petros.
All right, thank you. Mr. Petros, I haven't seen you in
I
a
know.
long time. How are you doing? You cut your hair a little bit
I've, I've,
since the
I've
last
shed a
time
few
I've seen you.
pounds.
You shedded a few pounds. I seen
Yes.
that. Yep. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Your Honor. I couldn't ask
Oh,
for anything more.
all right. And so tell me what that means that you're doing great.
I'm working a lot. I am working out. I'm eating better. I'm keeping very, very busy. I'm doing really good at work, which is a blessing.
Yes.
Kind of made me realize that I've had this potential all this time, but it's never too late. And I'm just really proud of where I'm at and seeing the difference in my life and people around me.
Yes. How's your mom and your
She's
brothers?
amazing. They're all doing really well.
All right. Are they
Thank you
proud
for
of you?
asking.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So I think they've moved past the phase of okay, this is nice for now. I think they expect this of me now, which is a great feeling. That I'm being held accountable. I hold myself accountable, and so do they, and it's a really good feeling.
Very good. I'm glad to hear that. Very good. Make sure you let them know I asked about them.
Absolutely, they'll
And
appreciate it.
and I appreciate that they are still cheering you on and restoring their confidence in you. It's been
Yes,
restored.
ma'am.
That's a
Yes.
wonderful thing. All right. What have you been struggling with?
To be honest, Your Honor, nothing. Um, just as much as I'm working, keeping myself very busy. There were struggles in the beginning, but I've overcome those, and I'm this is my new life now, and it's great. It's really nice to live honestly and have nothing to hide from myself, let alone from other people. So really nothing that's holding me back right now. I'm on a very high trajectory, and it's a great feeling.
Wonderful. We're very proud of you and the progress you've made. Even in these turbulent times that we're living in, you're still maintaining. And so that's a wonderful, wonderful thing. So, Mr. Griffin, what would you like me to know about Mr. Petros?
Okay, Your Honor, Mr. Petros, since the last time we saw you, he has completed the online arm classes.
Okay, I need to
He
hear about
also,
that. Okay.
he also completed the 40 hours of community service at the Southwest Community Center. Costs are paid in full. He's testing twice a week, no problem with testing. He does have an interlock device in his car, and there's been no device violations. So other than that, he's working. He's doing good, but he needs to discuss the ARMS online program with you, Your Honor.
All right, very good. So, Mr. Petros, tell me about ARMS. Did you go physically or did you do it online?
Online.
All right, tell me, what were your thoughts about it?
It was a lot more in depth and time consuming than I expected. I thought I'd finish it quickly, but it wasn't the case. It took me a long time, but it was definitely enlightening. There's a lot of great information in there. Helped me see certain things from a different perspective. I'm always trying to learn. So even though I may be doing very well right now, I know that there's so much more that I could learn and better myself with. The stories in there were help keep me engaged and see different things from different perspectives. So there's a lot definitely in that program that I learned.
All right, very good. Can you share with the courtroom something that you took away from ARMS, something that you learned?
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, I guess the real issue with drug abuse and addiction and stuff is the selfishness of it. But we don't realize the impact that we have on other people, and not just on a macro or micro level, on a macro level as well, that goes generations on and on and on, leaving a legacy and things like that, it's definitely impacted by the decisions we make right now. So that was really interesting to get in depth about, the fact that even though I may make a bad decision that may affect my mother, my brothers, but it's the lasting effect. And it's a two-way street. So if I do positive things, that will lead on and go further as well. So that just makes every decision that I make that much more important and that much more impactful.
Very good. Very good. All right. You're on a great path. Mr. Griffin, Mr. Petros, he's in what phase?
He's in phase 3, Your Honor.
All right. And so that means that he would come back and on December 10th. I won't see him again until December 10th, 2020 at 9:00 a.m. So that's a long time. We're going to go through a holiday. I need you to do what you need to do to stay safe, to stay sober, watch your surroundings, your company, all of those things, and hold on to all of the tools that you've learned that have kept you on the right path thus far, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Anything else from any of our team members? Nothing else?
No, Judge, thank you.
Other than we're all rooting for you. We're all counting on you. We're all very, very proud of you. I think we all have burned in our memory the first day you came into us and just how much love and compassion that your family and concern that they had for you. And so I'm really, really proud of your progress. Keep up the great work, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, December 10th it is. Take care.
Thank you.
Hey, Ms. Dankovic, if you could unmute your phone for me.
Hi.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Please state your name for the record.
Jessica Danklovic.
And I keep pronouncing it wrong. Danklovic. Yes, ma'am. All right, Ms. Danklovic, you are in our virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom?
Yes, I do.
Wonderful. Mr. Griffin, can you read the case number into the record for me, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, this is case 1854747 FD Jessica Dankovic.
All right, thank you. How are you doing, Ms. Danklovic?
I am wonderful, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well. I like the new look.
Thanks.
I do. I like it.
I appreciate you noticing.
Yes, I noticed it looks very nice on you.
Thank you.
What's been going on with you since the last time I've seen you?
I've been doing a lot of FaceTiming with friends across the country because obviously not traveling right now, still social distancing, still, trying to quarantine as much as possible, working from home, which has been amazing. So grateful for that. And obviously with my line of work, it's been very busy, very challenging, lots of policy changes every day. So keeping me on my toes.
Very good. Very good. What are you doing to stay sober day to day?
Still working out, still going outside. I'm so happy that we're having a stretch of warm weather, getting in hikes.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. And so is there anything that you need us to help you with at all?
No. Thank you, though.
I'm sorry?
I said no, but thank you.
All right. Very good. Mr. Griffin, tell me about Ms. Danklovic.
The young Ms. Dankovic is in phase 3 of the program. She had a 24-month
I'm sorry,
contract.
she's in what phase? I didn't hear you.
She's in phase 3, Your Honor.
Okay.
She had a 24-month contract. Her contract will be up with us in March of 2021. So she's right around the corner. She has completed all conditions, paid cost and full. She does have a valid driver's license. She's still tested twice per week. All tests have been negative. And so other than that, everything's going fine with Ms. Dankovic. The other court, 19th District Court, did reach out and ask how she was doing. So I did submit a progress report to them on Monday just to let them know that she's doing very well or whatever. So the probation officer there said she would be back in contact with me when she let her judge know how Ms. Dankovic is doing. So other than that, no problems, Your Honor.
All right. Sounds good. Wonderful. I want you to keep up the great work. The finish line is right around the corner, right?
I see it.
Yes, ma'am. I see it too. Very good. It's been a long haul, but you have certainly been a pleasure to work with. And so keep up the great work.
I shall.
All right. Your return to court or your return for a face-to-face will be with Mr. Griffin. That will be on December 10th, 2020 at 9:00 a.m.
Okay, sounds good.
Judge,
Okay.
may I say something, Judge?
Yes, you may.
Thank you. I want to congratulate you on a great job, good report. And I just wanted to put on the record that last Saturday, we upset that school from Ann Arbor. Go green, go white. Thank you.
And Your Honor, I would object to that statement. As it was from the record.
Overruled.
I have my video off, but I'm listening to you all because I had to multitask for a second. I knew when Mr. Reed opened his mouth, it was going to be trouble. I knew it. I knew it. Okay, Mr. Reed, behave. We're only
Thank you,
1
Judge.
hour into this. 1 hour, not even an hour, 39 minutes into this.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
All right. All right, Ms. Dankovic, hang in there. Continue to do a great job. Know that we're here for you if you need us.
Thank you.
And Mr. Griffin will see you on the 10th of December.
All right. You take care.
All right. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. I have thank you. I have Mr. Pedroza Alba. Do we have the interpreter on for Mr. Pedroza Alba?
I'm going to make a call.
All right, let me go to the jail very quickly. Good morning, Ms. Smith.
Good morning, Judge Holmes. How are you?
I am well. How are you this morning?
I haven't had my medication in 7 days, but outside of that, I'm fine. I'm ready to get out of here.
I know. And you understand that you hold the key to getting out and staying out. You also hold the key to going back. And so I hope you're taking some time to think about which one you want to do. All right. Who's the case manager on Ms. Smith?
Good morning, Your Honor. Ebony Robs, Drug Treatment Court Case Manager.
All right. And so, Mr. Vikens, I don't know if you all need to go into the breakout room with Ms. Smith, but I believe she's coming back today on a sanction. We're going to find proper placement for her. Is that correct, Ms. Robs?
Yes, Your Honor. I was hoping that we could get her on a 1-800 number and she could get back into Salvation Army.
Okay. Salvation doesn't require 800 number. Is that correct?
She initially called, Your Honor, prior to, so I can follow up, Your Honor, and call Salvation Army.
Okay, and there was no other place where she could go where she would be able. Where are your babies, Miss Smith?
I already took care of that because, like I said, when I came to court on the 29th, they will be with my aunt for the 29-day program. They had put me at Lawton, but like you said, you sanctioned me for 7 days. So hopefully I can get back there. But the kids are with my aunt for 7 days. You know, I do have an open CPS case, and Mrs. Shaw is aware and has spoken with my aunt. And the kids are fine. I have been speaking with them for the past 7 days. They are fine. They are fine for, you know, the remainder of me to do residential treatment. But hopefully I can get back at Salvation Army.
Okay, you said Lawton. What is Lawton?
3737 Lawton, that's Salvation Army.
Oh, okay, that's
Salvation
Army. Okay, so Miss Drew, I'm sorry. Miss Robs.
Yes, Your Honor.
What is your proposal if she is released on today? Will the Salvation Army go and pick her up?
Your Honor, I can see if they will pick her up. I will get on that ASAP.
Okay, why don't you call and see if they'll pick her up?
Okay. Yes, Your Honor.
And then let me know. And I need that done because she's at the jail and I'd like to service them as quickly as possible since they work so well with us to get our folks on the screen.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. So you'll have to hold on for a second, Ms. Smith. Let's keep moving. We don't have the interpreter for Mr. Pedroza Alba right now. And so I will go to Miss Dominique Walters is on here. Is Miss Walters a drug treatment court case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. Let's do Miss Walters. She's not on my docket for today. Miss Walters.
He's on an updated docket.
She's on an updated docket? Okay. All right. Very good. Miss Walters, if you could unmute yourself, please. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Please state your full name for the record.
Dominique Walters.
All right, Miss Walters, you're in our virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your case heard by way of Zoom?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. All right, could someone please read the case number into the record?
Yes, Your Honor. 1904-653-301.
All right, thank you. And so, Ms. Robs?
Yes, Your Honor.
Would you please present Ms. Walters for me on this morning?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Walters was admitted into drug treatment court October 8th, 2020 for a contract term of 12 months, a charge of retail fraud. Her drugs of choice are marijuana, alcohol, and amphetamines. She's currently in phase 2. She's receiving her outpatient therapy at Detroit Recovery Project.
Wait a minute, she's in phase 2 and she came into our program in October?
I apologize, Your Honor, phase 1. Phase
Okay.
She's phase 1 and she's receiving her outpatient therapy at the Detroit Recovery Project. She is testing at camps. However, Your Honor, she's had.
Hold on one second. Mr. Pedroza Alba, mute your phone for me. Mute your thing. You over there crunching and everything. Mute. I don't know why it's not allowing me to mute it. I'm going to take him out of my courtroom and he's going to have to dial back in because I'm not going to put up with that noise.
Señor Pedroza, necesita poner su micrófono en mudo.
Good morning to you, ma'am.
Good morning. I'm the client advocate working with Mr. Pedroza. I'm from the Neighborhood Defender Service of Detroit. Sorry about that.
No. I appreciate you. He's still not muted.
Okay, I'm going to give him a call.
Okay, thank you. All right. I'm sorry, Miss Robs, go right ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. She is testing at JAMS. However, Your Honor, she's also on tether due to her request upon her last court date. I was able to speak to house arrest as I received 2 reports for 2 obstructions that took place, Your Honor, on October 30th, where, excuse me, Your Honor, alcohol was detected, and also October 31st, where there was another obstruction. What I also received an email on today, Your Honor, from Miss Nikki Anderson from house arrest that reports that further clarification that an object was placed between the skin and the bracelet.
Okay, okay. Someone needs to go into the breakout room with Miss Walters because she's got some real problems today.
Yes, Judge, I'll do that.
All right, Mr. Fiken. So Miss Walters, I need you to accept the invitation to to breakout room number 2, along with Attorney Fiken. All right, very good. Go. All right, thank you. Let's keep going. I have a Melva Davis on my docket. And so Ms. Davis is not.
Can't hear you, Judge. Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
You sound far away.
Problem.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Now, yes, now, Judge, now.
I don't know what happened. All right, is Melva Davis a part of drug treatment court?
No, Judge. Excuse, this is Deanne. I'm sorry, she has two open warrants. And I've emailed Attorney Reed and Mr. Fike at the ROA.
All right. Have either of you had an opportunity to speak with Ms. Davis?
No, Judge, I haven't. I have to see if I have the warrants. I'll talk to her. Just let me see.
All right. Would you like to go into a breakout room, Attorney Reed?
Yes.
And then I'll have to do cases where there are no issues. All right. So what is it? Ms. Davis, I will give you an invitation. Good morning to you.
Good morning, ma'am. I've been going through this for since July 15th. They gave me a court date for September the 14th and
Ma'am, hold on. Hold on. You're here today. You're on my docket. We're gonna get you squared away, okay? Let me have you talk with the attorney so you don't say anything that can be used against you. All right?
Okay.
Let's make sure we're doing the right thing. So Attorney Reed, I am assigning you to breakout room number 3. You and Miss Davis.
Thank you.
And please accept that invitation. All right, let's keep moving. I have Mr. Pedroza Alba. I saw Miss Hernandez join us. Good morning, Miss Hernandez.
Good morning, Your Honor. How you doing?
I'm well, thank you. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
All right, let me have you raise your right. You know what? Give me just 1 second. There's one other case that I want to get done while we're waiting on the status from the jail. Miss Goins, let me have you unmute yourself. Good morning, Miss Goins.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
I can. Please state your full name for the record.
Kiera Goins.
All right. How are you this morning, Miss Goins?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. You are in our virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. I have the following matter for Kiera Goins. I have case number 1906068201. And so, Ms. Goins, you indicated that you're doing good. Tell me what that means to you, that you're doing good.
I'm doing wonderful. Still doing a little bit of work, but mostly quarantine. I'm safe. I'm happy. I'm healthy. That's all I can ask for, especially during these times. I've completed everything in regards to my contract. So I haven't seen you in a while. So I got my license back. Well, it was just restricted. So I was finally able to get an appointment with Secretary of State because that's just the craziness right now.
Yeah.
And get that back reinstated. So I am all legal and good to go.
Good for you. So things are working out very well for you. And it looks like your contract is scheduled to end in December, next month.
Correct.
All right, very good. Tell me what you've learned since the last time I've seen you.
Just been staying sober. Really did a lot of community service. I think that was, I haven't talked to you since all of this. Okay.
Yeah.
Finished my community service. So that was really nice. I did it with like a local community farm. So that was pretty cool. Yeah. They had me like, I'm not like an outdoors person. They had me like weeding and pulling and setting up stuff. And then every weekend they did a neighborhood like pop-up farmers market. So I was helping out with that and everything. And it's like local in the community. So I thought that was pretty amazing. And it's a Black-owned business. So I support that 100%. So that was a really actually good experience for me. And I finished that maybe like end of September. So ever since then, I've just been staying out of trouble, handling my business, and just staying safe. That's all.
Very good. Very good. You're at the finish line. You're at the finish line. And so very proud of you. I know we had some bumps along the way, but you have done a phenomenal job. I hope that you have found this experience to be beneficial to you in some way so that hopefully, well, not hopefully, I know that you won't ever come this way again, not in this capacity, in some other capacity to help somebody, but not in this capacity. And so I'm really glad to see the progress that you've made. I am. Very
Thank you.
good. All right, Miss Robs, anything you need to add as to Miss Goins?
No, Your Honor, I just concur, as Ms. Goins has reported out, she's in compliance and has completed the requirements of her contract.
All right, very good, very good. And so the next time I'll see Miss Goings should be the December, well, it won't be the 19th because that's a Saturday. I won't be at work. And so it would have to be the 18th or the 21st. And so the 18th is a Friday, the 21st is I think we are on some kind of shutdown. Let me not put that out there. Let's do the 18th to be safe. So that would be your last day, as long as your last day, so you would return to work on December 19th.
You broke up on me a little bit towards the end.
Uh-oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you said that would be your last day, and then you started talking, and I didn't hear anything after that.
Okay, so that would be your last day with us, as long as everything, stays as it should. So December 18th, 2020 at 9:00 a.m. That would be it. You'd have to come to court so we can make sure, check in with you, get your paperwork together, and we'll have to send it to you, of course, in the mail. And you should be finished with this experience.
Okay. I was talking to Miss Robs, and we did bring up the possibility of early releasal, but I don't know if that's a possibility.
It's not. You have to do a minimum of 12 months. The program mandates 12 months. And so actually we're going to be one day shy, but I'll be okay because that one day is a Saturday. So, and I will be here. Okay. All right. Very good. Any questions for me or for any of the team members?
Nope. I'm all good to go.
All right. Wonderful. Enjoy your day.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Thank you. All right. I have I'm going to save the intake. I'll do that before I go to my second set of cases, but I'm going to call Mr. Pedrosa Alba because I have my interpreter on, and I'm really calling my cases in the order that they have been received. Miss Branch, I know that Mr. Howell is on this morning. Was there something I can't, you all have to refresh my memory. A whole day brings about a lot of change.
Hello. Good morning, Your Honor. Just to check in with Mr. Howell this morning after some recent events. I think it would be good for him just to speak with you this morning.
All right, very good. Let me just take care of Mr. Howell because I want him to make it to his appointment. Mr. Howell, I need you to unmute your phone and turn on your video.
I'm here.
All right, very good. If we could add Mr. Howell to my docket, please. Mr. Howell, and can someone read Mr. Howell's case number into the record?
Your Honor, Case Manager Matthew Lorenz, case number 20056642301.
All right, very good. Mr. Howell, I was concerned about you. I wanted to see your face. I wanted to make sure you knew that we were still, my mind hasn't changed about what I think of you, where I see you, what I expect of you, and the work that I know you're going to do while you're with us. I wanted you to know that.
Thank you.
All right. I don't want to get into what happened, what didn't happen. Just know that you are innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Just know that honesty will always go much farther than anything dishonest will go.
Yes.
Okay. And I want to encourage you to get back on track and work your program. Can I count on you to do that?
Yes, you can.
All right. Very good. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
All right. Very good. You've been in touch with Mr. Lorenz?
Yes.
All right. And I know he's giving you good instruction. I want you to continue to do that. You have your next court date for your specialty court on Wednesdays?
Yes.
All right. And if he doesn't, Mr. Lorenz, let's just confirm with Ms. Drew that he's on my docket.
He's on your docket, Your Honor, for Tuesday, November 10th at 10:30.
All right. Wonderful. You have any questions for me, Mr. Howell?
No.
No? All right. I need you to hang in there.
Okay, I will.
I'm still counting on you to do this.
Okay.
All right. I'll see you next week.
All right. See you next week.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Branch and Mr. Lorenz.
Thank you, Your
Thank
Honor.
you, Judge.
All right. Take care. All right. Let's keep going. I'm really going to call Pedroza Alba this time. I promise I'm doing it. Let's do it. Unmute yourself, Miss Hernandez. And I'm going to ask Mr. Pedroza Alba to unmute himself as well. But let's start with Ms. Hernandez. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that you will interpret the words as spoken by the parties in this matter, that you will do so completely and accurately without any additions or deletions, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
Wonderful. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
State your name for the record as well as your position and your certification.
Emma Hernandez, Your Honor, EMMA-HERNANDEZ, qualified as CAO Spanish English interpreter.
All right, and you'll be interpreting today from Spanish to English and from English to Spanish. Is that correct?
It is.
Wonderful. And then I'll have Miss Sophie. Last name, is it Loeb? Loeb or Loeb?
It's Loeb.
Loeb, good morning to you. If you could state your appearance for the record as well.
Good morning. Sophie Loeb by the Neighborhood Defender Service of Detroit. Here on behalf of Mr. Pedroza Alba, I'm a client advocate.
Wonderful. Thank you for being here this morning. All right, I'm ready to place the case number on the record. And Mr. Yancey, we have to practice our pause this morning so that we can give Ms. Hernandez the opportunity to interpret. Ms. Hernandez, we're going to be a little rough today because we haven't been with you for a moment. So you may have to stop us, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, here's the case number 1605754-701 for Jose Pedroza Alba.
Este es el caso número 1605754-701 del señor José Pedroza Alba.
All right, Mr. Pedroza Alba, please state your full name for the record.
Señor Pedroza Alba, por favor, diga su nombre completo para que conste en el acta.
Es José de Jesús Pedroza Alba.
Oh, it's José de Jesús Pedroza Alba.
Good morning to you, Mr. Pedroza Alba.
Good morning. Good morning.
Mr. Pedroza Alba, you have to wait until they interpret. Ms. Hernandez, interpret.
Señor Pedroza Alba, tiene que esperar hasta que la señora Hernández interprete.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. How are you feeling today?
¿Cómo se siente hoy?
Oh, muy bien.
Oh, very good.
All right. Very good.
Okay, muy bien.
I want to hear from Mr. Yancey.
Yo quiero saber qué tiene el señor Yancey que decir.
Yes, Your Honor. Kenneth Yancey on behalf of Sobriety Court.
Sí, su señoría, aquí el señor Yancey representando a la Corte de Sobriedad.
Mr. Pedroza is doing very well.
El señor Pedroza lo está haciendo muy bien.
He has been at Latino Family Services about 2.5 months.
Él ha estado por aproximadamente 2 meses y medio yendo a los servicios latinos.
He's screening through JAMS.
Y está tomando sus muestras, ¿verdad? Llevando sus muestras a través del programa que se llama JAMS.
Those screenings have been negative.
Y todas las muestras que ha dado han sido negativas.
And he's attending AA. It's not virtual. He's actually going to a physical site.
Y él está asistiendo a todas las reuniones de AA y no lo está haciendo de forma virtual, está yendo personalmente.
And he is going to start making payments. We talked about that.
Y va a empezar a hacer sus pagos, ya hablamos sobre ello.
And within a week, I will have a referral for him for community service.
Y dentro de una semana ya tendré una solicitud para referirlo a los servicios comunitarios.
And so, Mr. Yancey, overall, Mr. Pedroza Alba is doing quite well.
Very much so, Your Honor.
Entonces, señor Yancey, el señor Pedroza Alba lo está haciendo bastante bien. Sí, señor. Su señoría.
Okay. Mr. Pedroza Alba, I'm very proud of your progress so far.
Señor Pedrosa Álvarez, estoy muy orgullosa de su progreso hasta ahora.
Tell me what has been the most difficult part of this journey so far.
Señor, dígame cuál ha sido la cosa más difícil de este proceso hasta ahora para usted.
Para mí, pues no ha sido problema. Estoy muy bien. No ha sido problema para mí.
Well, for me, you know, it hasn't been a big trouble. I'm very good.
All right, you're doing everything you're supposed to do.
Bueno, muy bien. Usted está haciendo todo lo que se supone que deba hacer.
Can you tell me something that you've learned since the last time I've seen you?
¿Usted me podría decir algo que usted haya aprendido después de la última vez que nos vimos?
No, pues lo que tengo que decir es que estoy muy bien. Estoy muy bien.
Perdón, ¿qué? I cannot hear him. Your own. He said, no, what I have to say is that I'm very good. And after that, I cannot hear anything.
He has a bad connection. Oh, he may be back with us. All right. I still want to know something that he's learned.
Ok, señor, a lo mejor tiene una mala conexión el señor Pedrosa, pero necesito saber que algo que él haya aprendido.
Pues he aprendido mucho en saber controlar pues mi adicción a la bebida, en todo.
Well, I have learned a lot about how to control my addiction to the drinking problem.
Learned to help him control it.
Sorry, Your Honor. Your Honor, can you repeat, please?
I said, what has he learned? I'm looking to hear what has he specifically learned that's helping him to control the drinking or not drinking.
Okay, thank you. Yo quiero saber específicamente qué es lo que usted ha aprendido que lo ha ayudado a controlar su bebida, específicamente.
Pues con las pláticas que me han dado en el latino, con videos, con pláticas.
Well, with all the sessions I have been receiving, you know, in the Latino, and also watching videos about it.
Okay, all right. And so, Mr. Yancey, one of the things I want to make sure for Mr. Pedrosa Alba is that as he's going through this process, he should be learning something, taking away something from the meetings, something from his outpatient treatment. It's very, very important because those are the things that he'll have to hold on to that will help him long after he's finished with court. So let's make sure he's doing that. Let's wait for Ms. Hernandez.
I'll make sure he has specific.
Hold on. Go ahead, Ms. Hernandez.
Ok, señor Jansen, yo necesito saber específicamente qué es lo que él está aprendiendo y lo que le está dejando a él el asistir a todas estas reuniones de Alcohólicos Anónimos, también a qué le está dejando a él, qué está aprendiendo él específicamente de todo este tratamiento ambulatorio. Por favor, asegúrese de que él retiene, que él sabe todas estas herramientas, porque eso es lo que a él le va a quedar para poder seguir controlando esto después de que él culmine con todo esto.
All right. Very good. Is there anything, Ms. Loeb, that you would, oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Yancey.
No, okay. I'll make sure he knows specifics the next time he's on.
Ok, su señoría, yo me voy a asegurar que la próxima vez que comparezcamos ante usted, él va a saber específicamente ese tipo de cosas.
Ms. Loeb, is there anything you'd like to add?
Señora Lowe, ¿hay algo que usted quisiera agregar?
Nothing in particular. I'll reinforce what we've talked about today with Mr. Pedroza, and I will also follow up with him regarding his community service placement.
No, en realidad, su señoría, nosotros vamos a hablar con él específicamente, ¿verdad? Sobre lo que se ha hablado aquí hoy para ratificar esos conocimientos que él está adquiriendo, y también vamos a hablar con él acerca del trabajo comunitario.
All right. Wonderful. Then I'm going to see Mr. Pedroza Alba on November 19th, 2020 at 9:30 p.m.
9:30, Your Honor?
Yes, 9:30.
Okay, thank you. Ok, entonces nosotros vamos a volver a reunirnos aquí para ver al señor Pedroza el 19 de noviembre de 2020 a las 9:30 de la mañana.
All right. Thank you all. Enjoy the rest of your day and be safe.
Thank you.
You too, Your Honor. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Ya se puede retirar. Cuídense mucho. Nos vemos la próxima vez. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right.
Bye.
All right. I am ready on, let's go back to Miss Smith, Daisha Smith. Miss Robs, is Miss Robs in the courtroom?
Yes,
There
Your
she is.
Honor.
Good morning again, Miss Robs. On Miss Smith, you indicated that the Salvation Army would not go and pick her up from the jail, but if she's brought to the courthouse, they would be able to get her into inpatient treatment today. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, very good. And so, Miss Drew, I need you to provide the paperwork. Miss Daisha Smith, is there someone from the jail there in the room with you? Uh-oh, I can't hear you. Miss Smith?
Sorry about that, Your Honor. We're good to go.
All right, so are we, good morning to you. Are we good to get her to the court?
Transport her to the court?
Yes, because she's going inpatient. The Salvation Army won't pick her up from the jail.
What we could do, it may be an hour because all our CTU units are out. So one of them's got to be called back to grab her. But yes, I can set it up, Your Honor.
Wonderful. What do you need from us?
Actually, I don't think I need anything. Since it's drug court, I'll just tell the CTU sergeant that she's to be transported to 36th District Court.
All right.
All we ask is, Your Honor, is make sure you let the security downstairs know that we're bringing her over.
Okay, absolutely. Ms. Robbs, I'm counting on you all to do that, to make sure security knows that she's coming. And so I do need to do a bit to, I don't think she has a bond. She was doing a sanction. And so she's to go directly to inpatient treatment and nowhere else. Nowhere else. All right. Miss Smith, you have a question?
Yes, if I could, should I just wait to speak with Ms. Robbs when I get to the courtroom? Because I have to speak with her.
About something that I need to handle or something that's your case manager?
Something that she can handle. She can handle it.
All right. And if not, Ms. Robbs, you know how to get in touch with me. All right. Very good. So they'll get you transported. Thank you so much, Deputy. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a blessed day and you be safe.
Thank you. All right. All right, Ms. Smith. Ms. Robbs, make sure I need a holding date for Ms. Smith. Let's place her on my docket for the November 19th date, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, her return to court would be the 19th at 9:00 a.m. But she's going in. All right, very good. I am now ready on, did you have some conversation with Ms. Davis? Melba?
Yes, Judge.
I don't see her on. I don't see her on. All right, let's go to, I'm sorry.
We left the room and I advised her to come back to the courtroom, so I'm waiting for her to come back.
She just logged on.
I'm sorry.
All right. Mr. Reed, is there anything you want to update me before I go to Mr. Combs?
It's a long story, but I can be sure
Okay,
to do
no.
Mr. Combs first,
She's a,
Judge, and come back.
she's a walk-in on my docket, so she'll have to have pack her patience this morning.
Yes,
I'm
Judge.
getting the
Yes,
people
Judge.
that are scheduled.
And Your
All
Honor,
right.
if I might just interrupt for Mr. Reed's benefit, if he doesn't know this, I've been in touch with Shannon Walker about Ms. Davis. There are no prosecutors in the building, so no offers can be done at this time in this day.
And she's in warrant status. Did she post a bond?
She did, Your
Judge, she
Honor.
has a bond up of $500 on one ticket and a bond up of $200 on the other ticket, and they both look to be open to me. So
They are open, Judge.
And Your Honor, I can only say, and I can represent as an officer of the court, that Ms. Walker asked, because of the situation that the prosecutors are in right now, and that no one's being allowed into the courtroom from the prosecutor's office, she requested an adjournment as long as there were bonds and if the court was willing to do it. I just wanted to represent that, as that's what Ms. Walker told me.
All right, very good. And so let me call Ms. Davis, because there's nothing I can really do for her on today. I'll have to adjourn it, but she's not in warrant status. I'm going to ask you to unmute Ms. Davis. At least she won't be in warrant status. And so,
Thank you, Your Honor.
okay. Ms. Drew, can you place those case numbers on the record for me at this time?
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Melba Davis, first case number is U410-10317. Defendant being charged with rules and regulations, owners, management, operating, and conduct. Second case is U390-70417, and the defendant being charged with indecent, obscene conduct.
All right. And so, Ms. Davis, what has happened is we don't have any prosecutors available on this morning. There's been an issue in the building. And so the only thing that I can do is adjourn your matter, which is what the prosecutor has asked. You're not in warrant status because you have active bonds. So I'm glad you showed up on today. And so I am going to schedule you. I'll bring it back next week. If that works for everybody, and hopefully the issue will be resolved. Let's bring it back on Friday of next week. Does that work?
yes, Judge. And if Jesse Reed, if I may put something on the record, Judge, for arraignment purposes, she would stand mute, waive formal reading, ask that this matter be scheduled for the next appropriate court date, and that her cash bond be continued. I think I said a lot, but
yes, sir. And all of your motions are granted. Yes. All right. Very good. And so I'll schedule Ms. Davis to come back on November 13th, 2020, and I'll schedule her for 9:30 a.m.
I will be on time, Ms. Holmes, and I do apologize, but they did tell me that they was going to handle both cases conjoint, because that's how I missed the 16th, because they said they was handling everything on the 14th.
It's a long story, Judge, and I will fill you in at a later
Now,
date. Thank you, Ms. Davis.
I deeply apologize, Your Honor, because I'm trying to get
you're
my
good. You don't owe me an apology. You're in good shape. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'll see you next week, Friday. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Mr. Reed.
All right. All right. Very good. Attorney Burgess, are you with us? I think your name is up. Yeah.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
All right, wonderful. I'm ready to do the intake for your client. Thank you for your patience. I generally like for defendants who are considering coming into specialty court to have an opportunity to observe what goes on and how it works, okay?
Okay, Your Honor.
All right, very good. I'm gonna mute you because you have a lot of background noise, but when I need you, I'll unmute you, okay? There you go. All right, very good. I am ready on Mr. Combs's case. I don't see him on my docket either. Can somebody read his information into the record, please?
Yeah, the Kenneth Yancey on behalf of Sobriety Court. His case number is 05385951.
All right, very good. And what is he charged with, Mr. Yancey?
Operating while intoxicated.
All right, very good. And so, Mr. Combs, could you please state your full name for the record?
Alan Combs.
All right, good morning to you, Mr. Combs.
Good morning.
You are in our virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom?
Yes.
Wonderful. Mr. Burgess, if you could unmute yourself and just place your appearance on the record, please.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. May it please Honorable Court David Burgess, P58557, on behalf of Alan Combs.
All right, thank you, Mr. Burgess. All right, Mr. Yancey, are we going forward today with presenting Mr. Combs for drug treatment court?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you may proceed. Mr. Yancey, I need 1 second. No, go ahead, you may proceed. I'll just transfer.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Combs is here, as I stated, for operating while intoxicated. This case is from 2008, Your Honor. Mr. Combs is 40 years old. He's a resident of the city of Detroit. He has a high school diploma. He is employed full-time with Dana Corporation, which is a quality control organization. They do parts for the auto companies. Your Honor, he reports being in good health. The defendant has 3 children. He has a 11 and 12-year-old son and a 6-year-old daughter. Your Honor, he has custody of all 3 of his children. Your Honor, he reports that his drug of choice was marijuana, even though he has an alcohol case. He reports that he has not used marijuana in more than a year. And he reports that his main support system is his mother and other family members. And at this time, his license is not valid. So I just discussed the conditions of sobriety court with him, and he reported that he did understand those conditions, Your Honor. Your Honor, I could not hear whatever you just said.
Can you hear me now?
No, I can't.
Okay, did Mr. Combs undergo any assessments through 36th District Court?
Not recently. I believe he had one a long time ago. So we would have him do the needs as soon as possible, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. Let's get that needs plus done.
Yes.
All right, very good. Thank you, Mr. Yancey. Attorney Burgess, I'll have you unmute. Is there anything else that you'd like me to know about your client for consideration for admission in the drug treatment court?
No, Your Honor, not at this time.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Combs, do you want to participate in drug treatment court?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
All right, tell me why.
From listening to everything going on, I feel like it will help me better myself. But
okay.
I really feel like I don't need it because I haven't dropped dirties and I don't smoke marijuana. I don't drink. And you told me I had 2 choices, jail or drug court. So I chose drug court, but I don't feel I need it.
Okay. Mr. Burgess, he doesn't qualify if he doesn't feel that he has an issue. And we have not done the needs plus. And so he doesn't have a need. So drug treatment court would not be proper placement for him. You have to unmute yourself, Mr. Burgess.
Sorry, Judge. Based on what was said, Your Honor, I mean, the age of the case and the fact that he's been clean on all his tests, I know that drug court is very resource intensive. I wouldn't want to utilize those resources on someone that doesn't probably need it. It doesn't appear like he needs it. It doesn't sound like he's in denial, Your Honor. I guess that's my point. So, because of, this was 12 years ago and he's not testing dirty for anything. So it seems like somebody would probably have there'd probably be somebody else with a better slot for that. So.
Yeah, but your client still has an outstanding OWI and on a probation that he did not comply with.
Well, I don't think he ever pled on the. I think he pled, but he was never sentenced on the case, Your Honor. And I think that's this OWI, right? That's the one you're in front of with you.
Yes, he doesn't have anything else that I'm aware of.
Right, I'm not either, and I think this OWI is the thing that's holding up his license getting reinstated because of the outstanding warrant. So I understand there was an outstanding one, but it's 12 years old, Your Honor, and he doesn't appear to be having issues just because of his testing. I'm just going off of what's been presented so far to the court.
I mean, his testing, he has to be honest about whether or not he's drinking. That's the bottom line,
Right.
because of the length of the test. If drug treatment court is not a proper placement for him, then, you know, I don't want to put him in a program that he's saying, I don't have an issue with drinking, I don't have an issue with smoking. You know, I could still put him on probation, but this is what's going to happen. If he messes up, he's going to jail.
Oh, for sure. I understand.
Because he's
I think
not done what he's supposed to do.
I think he does understand that, Your Honor. You could ask him if you want, but I believe he does understand that.
I mean, that's the only thing that's available to him is jail. Because that would be it.
Oh, wait. I thought you said you could put on probation, but if he messes up, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yes. Were you able to hear me? I don't know what's going on with my computer, but.
Okay. Well, you said you'd be able to place him on regular probation, but if he messes up, he would go to jail.
He's gonna go to jail, and I'm not gonna do the back and forth. I'm not gonna treat him like he's in drug treatment court. See, in drug treatment court, I work with people when they mess up. You know, I work with them. Regular probation, you going to jail because you told me you don't have a problem, so you shouldn't have a problem.
Right. So if he successfully completes probation, no jail, but if he screws up, jail. I just want him to hear that. So
and his probation would still be a 12-month probation.
Yes, Your Honor. Okay.
So do you need to talk with your client about it, or how do you all want to proceed?
Your Honor, if I could have, I apologize to the court. Obviously, I didn't know this was an option. If I could have, could we adjourn this matter just a couple, maybe even till tomorrow or till Monday, so I could discuss it with him?
What's tomorrow, Friday? We can adjourn it to tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
And
that'd be
so,
great.
Mr. Yancey, I would need Ms. Drew, I'm sorry. I would need to do a referral for regular probation. But see, I hate to even do the referral because I don't want people doing all of this work. And then he says, well, no, I'm going to do drug treatment court where they'll work with me or what have you. I don't want to keep doing all of this work because that's not going to make me happy.
Do we need to go in a breakout room? Maybe
yeah, why don't y'all do that so I can do my docket? And then I am, Mr. Burgess, willing to adjourn just until tomorrow, but he needs to make a decision. And if he's not being honest with his use, it's going to show up on regular probation and he's going to end up in jail. Whereas if he's in drug treatment court, we would work with him to get him on track, make sure we're aligning him with the right resources and the right educational opportunities. But on regular probation, I'm not doing all of that. He mess up, he's going to jail. So I'll put you all in the breakout room. Let's put him on my docket for tomorrow. If something changes, then Mr. Yancey, you all can come back and let me know. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, very good. So I'm going to assign you all to breakout room. It would be number 4. All right, there you go. Accept the invitation, please. All right. I got a lot of stuff today, y'all. All right, here we go. Let me look and see what the officers have sent me. I have up next, Mr. Copeland. Mr.
Yes. Yes.
Miss Cook is still here, but the people that I'm having issues with, I'm saving them till the end. That's the price you pay when you're not doing what you're supposed to do. So are we ready on Mr. Copeland?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. Good morning, Mr. Copeland. I want to see your face, Mr. Copeland.
Can you see it now?
I can't see it, but I know your voice, but I can't see your face. What happened? You had your face on.
I can't see nothing. I can't see nothing.
You had your face up. All right, there you are. Don't touch anything.
I'm not.
All right, state your name for me.
David Allen Copeland.
Say it one more time.
Your picture now.
All right, state your name for me.
David Allen Copeland.
David Copeland. All right. And I have case number Z80565551 for David Copeland. Mr. Copeland, you're in the virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom this morning?
Yes, I do.
Wonderful. It's so good to see your face and hear your voice. You've been having some difficulties and you're still having difficulties. But Mr. Griffin, tell me about Mr. Copeland.
Your Honor, actually, Mr. Copeland came down here this morning. He thought it was an in-person, so he was down here at 8 o'clock this morning. So I sent him back home. Yeah, to get on the Zoom hearing. But Mr. Copeland is doing great. He's testing twice a week. Test has been he needs to talk to you about the ARMS program. He did go in person for the October the 16th to the 18th ARMS class, so he completed ARMS. He has paid all costs in full. He's completed community service. So, Your Honor, he's mainly in the maintenance phase. He's in stage 3 of the program. He will complete the program in April of 2021, which is right around the corner. But ARMS was one of the last things he needed to complete, and he completed that, so he needs to discuss that with you, Your Honor. And other than that, he's been doing very well, Your Honor.
Wonderful. What's the status of his driver's license, Mr. Griffin?
I'll have to check on that. Mr. Copeland has never mentioned anything about driver's license. So that's something that we do need to discuss because I see it is an OWPI second. So I'll have Mr. Morgan running today. Mr. Copeland, are you interested in getting your license back, or have you went to the secretary?
Well, he's been driving, Mr. Griffin. So anybody that comes to me with a driving ticket, I'm assuming whether they say yes or no that they're interested in getting their license back, unless it's not capable. They're just not capable. Because we know he drives or he has driven. So let's have some discussion with him about getting his license. Ms. Drew, if you could run that SOS, get it to the attorneys, and let's get him on track to get a driver's license.
Okay, ma'am.
All right, very good. Anything else on Mr. Copeland, Mr. Griffin, that I need to know?
No, Your Honor, the biggest thing is that he completed the ARMS in person. He did the weekend.
All right, I'm gonna see if you can tell me about it, Mr. Copeland. Mr. Copeland. Mr. Griffin.
Yes, I do.
We have a horrible connection, Mr. Copeland.
No, I understand that.
I can hear you now. Tell me about ARMS.
It was a very nice, it's really beautiful out there.
Okay, tell me what you did, what you learned.
I learned that I'm very out of shape. You know, that I learned, it reinforced a lot of stuff. I learned at drug rehab on Jefferson. The trigger mechanism.
You have a bad connection. I'm not able to understand you. So, Mr. Griffin, let's work on that. I need the connection. I know he would see you for a face-to-face next go round, but I need him to have a good connection or he's gonna have to come and see me. But I don't want him to come and see me because numbers are increasing. And so we are really tightening up on foot traffic at the court as we should be. And
right.
So, Mr. Copeland, you have a horrible connection. All right, so December 10th, 2020, 9:00 a.m. is his scheduled face-to-face. But Mr. Griffin, I need him to work on his license. He'll have to tell me about ARMS the next time when he comes back. Or Mr. Griffin, we can get creative, have him write it, however we need to do it, because I need to hear about ARMS, okay?
Okay,
all right, very good. All right, Mr. Copeland, goodbye. He has a bad connect. All right, very good. Mr. Yancey, thank you, Mr. Griffin. Mr. Yancey, I saw Mr. Holmes come back. Did he decide what he's going to do? He's since left out.
It appears he wants to do regular probation. They're going to come back on in the morning.
All right, very good. And so do we need to do the referral to regular probation?
I can do that unless you want me to wait until they come on in the morning. But I'm pretty sure they're going to try to do regular probation. I told them that it was going to be a zero tolerance if they do that, and I think that's what they want to do.
All right. So go ahead and refer him to probation. Let's do what it takes to refer him, and then we'll go from there. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Drew, make sure Mr. Combs is on my docket for tomorrow. I just have a couple of other things. Oh, Ms. Drew, you sent me some paperwork?
Yes.
I have a couple things I need to clear up. I have Ms. Delbridge. Where's Ms. Delbridge, Mr. Griffin? She had a face-to-face
It's a
today?
face-to-face, Your Honor.
All right, and this is case number, two cases, Z8056381 and SP101849191. And when is Ms. Delbridge coming back to court?
She's a phase 3, Your Honor, so I think that would be December the 10th, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, wonderful, December 10th at 9:00 a.m. Thank you. And then I also have Mr. Stephen Jarecki. I have case number Z8057821. Mr. Yancey, Mr. Jarecki had his face-to-face.
Yeah, he had that this morning, Your Honor.
All right, and when is he
I gave him December 3rd, if that's a good date. He's phase 3. I can't hear you no more.
December 3rd is 3 weeks. It's December 10th for 4 weeks.
Oh, okay. December 10th then, I'm sorry.
Okay, so let's do a return to court, December 10th, 2020 at 9:00 a.m. Very good. And then that completes my docket other than the people that are left in my courtroom. And so we did Ms. Smith already. I gave her a return to court date. Ms. Drew, can you just remind me of what that return to court date was? Did I give her the
Yes, ma'am, November
19th? All right.
Yes.
Very good. Mr. Griffin, call Mr. Copeland and tell him to get out of my courtroom. I'm done with him. He's disrupting my courtroom. All right, very good. And then lastly, get out of my court. All right, lastly, I have the battle, case number U46338318, which was an arraignment on the bench warrant, a $200 cash bond.
Shut it off.
You can't shut him.
I'm trying to remove him. It won't let me. Okay, it did just now, but he keeps coming right back. And that one, it won't let me take him out. All right, so this battle case is for failure to display a D card. $200 cash bond was placed. Failed to appear, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, I am going to issue a KPS. Mark this case, Ms. Drew's specialty court. I will issue a KPS, and I'm gonna set the bond this time at $500 cash or surety. Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I was informed by Ms. Drew that perhaps this was taken care of by Judge Williams yesterday. I'm not sure if that's correct or not, but maybe Ms. Drew.
Yeah, yes, it was. I checked the ROA, and then he did it, all his cases yesterday.
Oh, wonderful. Then I don't have an issue with that at all. Wonderful. All right, very good. And so then I still have before me Ms. Walker and Ms. Cook. Is that correct? I need to take just a quick break, and then we'll come back and do those cases.
Yes, Judge.
Thank you all.
Mr. Reed, were you aware the prosecutor's office shut down today?
You sent me a phone call. Somebody sent me a message saying that the prosecutors were not being allowed in the building until they were tested for the virus. Is that what you heard?
Yeah, I talked to Shannon.
Is the courthouse becoming a hotbed of virus, or what's the rationale behind this?
Yeah, I don't know. Shannon said someone tested positive or something in her office.
One of the city attorneys?
I'm not sure of that.
Or
Someone in her
someone else?
office.
Okay. So
I couldn't hear you, Mr. Reed.
they all have to go out and get tested? Is that what's being ordered before they can come back in the building?
Yeah, they'll come back when the chief judge allows them to.
Well, all right.
I'm gonna walk away for a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay. Thank you.
Hey, Mr. Reed, did you get the driving record for Copeland?
No, not that I know of. Did somebody send me something?
I think Ms. Drew sent it over.
Let me look and see. Where is? Yes, I have it.
Hey, Fikes, did you get the driving record for Copeland?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Looks like he can get a license.
He can get a license on his own. It look like it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he don't need to come through us. Okay.
No, because it's 05 and
Okay.
yeah. He's good, Mr. Griffin.
He has a valid license.
Yeah.
His license is
it's
valid. It expires December 13th, 2020.
Yeah.
It was restricted back in 2019, but it looks like it should be valid. Now, he may have to go pay that $125 or something, I think.
Yeah, that could be it. He may not have paid it.
I don't see any suspensions.
Nope.
Remind him to renew his license because on December 13th it expires.
Yeah.
All right, are we ready to proceed?
Yes, Judge.
All right, very good. I am going to start off with Ms. Cook and Ms. Robs. I believe that was your case.
Yes, Your Honor.
And so I'm recalling 2 matters for Regina Cook, Z 8059391, and I'm also calling case number SP 10030011. And so, Ms. Cook, I'll have you unmute yourself and state your name for the record again.
Is someone muted? Are you muted, Judge? No, I guess.
I am. I don't know why, but Ms. Cook, can you unmute yourself? I asked her to unmute and it muted me. Ms. Cook?
Okay.
There you are. State your name for the record, please.
Regina Cook.
All right, Ms. Cook, you're in the virtual courtroom. You've already agreed to be here. Ms. Robs, who wants to start?
I will, Jesse Reed, Drug Court Defense Attorney. First of all, thank you, Judge, for allowing Ms. Cook and myself to talk in the breakout room. She was very honest with me. She admitted alcohol. She admitted that she had consumed some beer. I advised her that that was a violation of the drug court contract, drug court agreement. She understands that. No good reason for a judge, but I will give some history. She does have some medical issues. We all know she's taking medication. She also indicated to me that she had a recent loss. Her nephew passed away. She had a slip. She drank a couple of beers. We talked about the fact that there are problems that happen in life, and she's in drug treatment court, and she can't turn to a bottle when she has some crisis. She's not alone with dealing with life problems. Many of us are on medication. Many of us have suffered losses in our families, but she's in drug court and she can't drink. She understands that, Judge. She was very remorseful and candid. I indicated that I would support her. There are consequences violating the contract. She understands that. I indicated to her that I was not recommending any jail time. I wasn't recommending termination. I was recommending that she be ordered to do 1 meeting a day for the next 30 days. And that's my recommendation, Judge. I respect the fact that she was honest and she admitted that she had consumed some beer. But she understands she did violate the contract. There are consequences for that. I look at it as a slip, not a relapse, and I'm going to stop talking. That's my recommendation, Judge. 1 meeting a day for 30 days. Thank you.
Read, Ms. Robs.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, I have had several conversations with Ms. Cook, and I'm glad that she was honest today, Your Honor, but I asked Ms. Cook about this incident, and she continued to keep denying it. Ms. Cook has been into 2 outpatient programs, Your Honor. She went from, excuse me, and completed DRP, which they referred her back to outpatient due to her level of denial in her alcohol use. So she's now at DRP, and she's still continuing to use, and using her medical issues as an excuse, Your Honor. I do think that Ms. Cook's alcohol usage is a lot more than what Ms. Cook is indicating, and I base that on, Your Honor, issues in the past with her creatinine level, where her urines were diluted. I just believe that a higher level of care for her would be necessary for her to really address the underlying issues. She's done the meetings, Your Honor, but she continues to go back to this behavior. I really do believe, Your Honor, inpatient would do her some good. She's also been on tether. I just believe, Your Honor, that inpatient would be a good recommendation for Ms. Cook at this time.
All right, thank you. Any response from the attorneys as to the recommendation for inpatient treatment?
Judge, I made my recommendation, and I've heard what Mr. Robb says. I'm not recommending inpatient treatment at this time. I would like to see Ms. Cook be given another chance at outpatient before inpatient is ordered. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Cook, what do you have to say? Because see, you came on here not being truthful.
First of all, I know I said, first of all, I want to really apologize to you, Judge Holmes. I mean, I'm just going through a little things right now. And like I said, I lost my nephew, 9 years old. And, you know, I haven't had a drink with almost going on 2 years. So I slipped, and I know I would never do it again. It wasn't, you know, I'm stronger than that. So I really apologize, and I will never do it again.
But here's the thing, and I understand, I'm sorry to hear about your nephew. Any loss of a loved one is hard. But I'm certainly sorry to hear.
2 years, I do it. I have faith within myself. I came a long way, you know, to mess up now.
Well, here's the thing, Ms. Cook. I hope that you heard what I said about, I empathize, and I'm sorry to hear about your nephew.
Okay, thank you.
However, I believe the last time we were on this road, Ms. Robbs, I'm looking at my notes, I indicated that if she used again, she was going back on that alcohol tether. I said that before, and you know, for as much belly aching as you did about that tether, you've walked yourself right back into it. I do need to know, Ms. Robbs, did she ever go and have the evaluation at the development center?
Yes, Your Honor, she did complete the psych evaluation, and I did receive the results. And I do have her diagnosis and what they indicated regarding Ms. Cook.
And so did they make some recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor, they did.
I need to talk, I don't want to put those on the, I don't want to put those on the record until we talked about it in staffing. And so, yeah. Anyways, until we talk about it in staffing. And so, I need us to staff that sooner than later, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, have you gotten Miss Cook back on the 1-800 number?
No, Your Honor, I can get Ms. Cook on the 1-800 number immediately.
All right, because she, right now, she has completed outpatient treatment, is that correct?
She has completed, Your Honor, with DRP. She was sent to Development Center. They continue to cancel. So she was sent back to DRP with the new therapist, Ms. Harthorne, who has her going to groups, both group and individual, at this time, and as well as testing at the facility.
All right.
This is her second time, Your Honor.
Second time in outpatient treatment?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and so this is what I'm going to do, and I'll hear from the attorneys until we staff, because I need to know what that evaluation said. I am placing her back on the alcohol tether immediately. So Mr. Joel needs to come out today, put on that tether, because you're going back on that alcohol tether. And then I'd like the opportunity to review what the evaluation revealed and to look at some other viable options. Also, Ms. Cook, you're going to do one meeting a day. And so those meetings are available online. They're available by telephone. You need to also, and you're going to do that for the next 30 days. You're going to make sure that you get a log, put the date and what you learned from the meeting, what you took away from the meeting, so that you'll be able to share those things with me, okay?
Right.
All right.
All right.
So that's what I'm going to do for now. Once I review the report, from the evaluation, I may make some adjustments to that, okay?
All right.
So I need you to know that.
Okay.
Miss Robs?
Yes, Your Honor. Would Miss Cook be paying for her tether?
I don't see why she can't. She can buy beer. Why she can't pay for her tether?
I don't have no money. I don't have no type of money.
We'll pay for it. That's okay. We'll pay for it.
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss Cook, let me say this to you. Miss Robs, let me say this to Miss Robs. You need to have some conversation with Miss Cook. Miss Cook was supposed to be with us for 1 year, from October of 2019 to October of 2020. She's pushing being with us for 2 years. I'm going to save 90 days on the back of the 2 years to make sure that if she has not complied with the drug treatment court contract, she's going to spend her last 90 days at the Wayne County Jail. I'm not playing these games. I promise y'all I do the math. I promise y'all I look at these cases and I evaluate. So Ms. Cook, you've not paid on anything. You're not in compliance. You're barely getting by. And I'm telling you, I'm saving 90 days for you to go to the Wayne County Jail. And I won't have any jurisdictional issues. So you need to get your head in the game and decide that you're going to work this program. That's the bottom line. You need to decide you're going to work it. Or you're going to be at the Wayne County Jail for 90 days. That's where you're going to be.
Okay. Judge Holmes, Judge Holmes, Miss Robs let you know everything I already did. I sent in $300 towards my court fee. I did everything that I had to do. She's not saying what all I did already.
Well,
I did everything I had to do.
No, you haven't done everything, but you had a balance. 340 would not have covered it. But Miss Robs will update me on the balance. But here's the bottom line. You don't have money for a tether. You have money for beer. You have money for your balance. But then you turn around and say, I don't have any money. That's fine. You still going on that tether. Don't worry about it. Miss Robs, we have money for the tether.
Your Honor, yes, we do, Your Honor.
All right. We'll pay for the tether. She's going on it. She's going on it today. And so, Miss Robs, we need to staff this matter and then decide where we go from here. I am going to recommend that she gets on that 1-800 number and see if they have a different recommendation as far as her level of care. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, what do you want to say to me? If there's something you disagree with, I'm open.
No, Judge, I have no objections to the order of the court. Thank you.
No, Your Honor, I don't either.
All right. I'm going to do a return to court. I'm going to put her down for November. No, I'm sorry. It'll be, yeah, I'm putting her back to 2 weeks. November 19th, 2020 at 9:30 a.m. Ms. Robs, let's make sure we get her staff, that we go over those results and we have a sound recommendation for her. Right now, I think this may be good to just put her back on track. Let's see. It's up to Ms. Cook. All right, Ms. Cook.
I'm on track already. Yes.
No, you're not on track. Not if you're drinking beer, ma'am. I'm sorry. Hold on. Hold on. Ms. Cook, you can't talk while I'm talking. I want to respond to your comment. You're not on track if you're drinking beer. I'm not going to have you fool yourself because you're not fooling me. All right. What did you want to say, Ms. Cook?
I wanted to know the date again.
For your court date, it's going to be November 19th, 2020 at 9:30 a.m., okay?
Okay, November the 19th?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right, very good. Anything else for my consideration?
No, Judge. Thank you.
All right. All right, Ms. Cook, come on, let's get it done, okay?
Okay.
I'll see you in 2 weeks.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have a good
All right,
day.
you do the same. Let's go to Ms. Walters. Ms. Walters, if you unmuted yourself, thank you. And then I need Ms. Walters' case number again, please. Dominique Walters.
Yes, Your Honor. 1904-653-301.
All right, very good. The attorneys are in the courtroom. Ms. Walters, state your full name again for the record.
Dominique Walters.
All right, Miss Walters. You know we have an issue, right?
Yes.
Okay. You tampered with that alcohol monitor?
No, ma'am.
All right. Miss, who's the case manager? Miss Robs, are you the case manager?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. The report says she tampered with it. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Give me the history on the report. Who talked to Miss Walters in the breakout room?
I did, Judge.
All right. And she understands that telling the truth will keep you out of jail. Not telling the truth will send you to the Wayne County Jail. She understands that?
We talked about that, yes, Judge.
All right. I just want to make sure you understand where I'm coming from, Miss Walters. All right. Miss Rob.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, hold on.
Miss.
I can't hear her.
She walked away. She's doing something else. She'll be back in a minute.
Miss Robs, I'm ready.
Yes, Your Honor. I received a report from house arrest, two reports, Your Honor. One for October 30th, 2020, that there was an obstruction it began at 6:35 p.m. and it was removed from 11:10 p.m. on October 30th. On that day, on October 30th, Your Honor, house arrest stated that there was alcohol detected. The second obstruction, Your Honor, that was received was October 31st. House arrest reports that the obstruction began at 8:49 a.m. and ended at 8:30 p.m. on October 31st, 2020. They did not indicate alcohol that day, but they did say, please be advised that the presence of an obstruction may lessen the amount of alcohol that we were able to read. I received confirmation on this morning, Your Honor, on today from Ms. Nikki Anderson on November 5th, 2020 at 8:42 a.m. Ms. Nikki Anderson stated from house arrest stated that the alcohol was not confirmed as a consumption, but we have to notify when alcohol is detected during a confirmed obstruction. She stated that there was something placed between the skin and the bracelet during the time of these obstructions. Ms. Walters, Your Honor, submitted to me pictures and photos of cleaning supplies that she states she's been using at her employer. However, Your Honor, what was indicated from house arrest is that there was obstructions and that something was placed in between the tether. And I spoke with Ms. Walters and indicated to her that that wouldn't have had anything to do with the obstructions that was reported from house arrest. Ms. Walters continued to go on and send me drug reports from October 29th from DRP, where she took an instant test and she was negative for all substance. She has not tested since. I don't have an update for a test, Your Honor, at JAMS at this time, but the obstructions were confirmed for October 30th and October 31st through house arrest, that she had tampered with the device. And the presence of alcohol was there on October 30th.
Can't hear you, Judge.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, just so everybody knows, and I'm sure Mr. Fikes, you explained this in the breakout, that the alcohol tether, the instant test, the PBT, and the urinalysis all measure alcohol at different levels. So just because you might have a negative PBT, you can still have a positive urinalysis because they both detect alcohol at different levels. You can have a positive on the alcohol scram that is constantly monitoring what's being emitted from your pores, and then go and blow a PBT and possibly have a negative. So I don't want anybody to think, well, I ran and took this instant test and so I'm good. No, you're not. And so the bottom line is there is an obstruction. Whether there's a detection of alcohol or not, there was still an obstruction on 2 days. And so using your cleaning supplies or what have you, they gave you instructions. If you chose to not follow them, then that's your issue, not mine. It's yours. And so, Ms. Walters, I'm going to just tell you up front, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I believe you asked for that tether because you know you have an issue with alcohol. And I know, and I want to reassure you that gel is not the only response, and it's not ever a response, actually, to positive screenings. It may have to be a response if you tie my hands, but it's always going to be treatment. I'd rather it be treatment. But if you're going to lie to me and not be truthful, then you send yourself to jail as opposed to treatment. That's really how it works. I'd rather see you be treated. I think the problem is bigger than what you imagine it to be. And so let's get you treatment, not jail. You can go to jail, but you'll come out with the same issues. And you can go again and you'll come out with the same issues. But let's get you in treatment. I can't get you in the proper treatment if you're not being honest with yourself first, and then with me and your case manager and the attorneys. I can't get you the proper treatment. So what happens is you go to jail, which I know is not the proper treatment. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, ma'am.
So, Ms. Walters, what's going on?
I have tested on the 26th, the 27th, the 29th, and I also tested this morning. I am not lying to you. I am being completely honest. I have not consumed any alcohol since the 21st, and that was before I had the court date on Monday. I have tested all negatives. I sent her everything I've been using. I have been using protective gloves to keep my hands from the products. And only thing I was told when I was put on house arrest was I could just use soap and water, deodorant, and toothpaste. I've just been washing my hands with the soap and the dispenser. And I didn't know what the ingredients was because it's not labeled. But my
The
boss was
ingredients,
able.
I'm sorry. I hate to interrupt you. The ingredients has nothing to do with the report. I'm sorry. It doesn't. You're misguided. I need to redirect your focus. Obstruction has nothing to do with what you wash your hands with. It has nothing to do with what you kind of deodorant you put on. Has nothing to do with what you clean up with. Obstruction. An object was placed between the device and your skin. That's what an obstruction is.
One thing I have done was put my pants over it. I have not put anything in between.
Then that's not what they're talking about. People wear pants all the time with an alcohol tether. That's not what they're talking about. They're very clear on what happened.
Your Honor, if I may,
Yes.
it was fully verified, Your Honor, from the manufacturer as well as from house arrest. It was further verified, Your Honor, from the manufacturer, the maker of the tether, as well as house arrest. That 2 obstructions had occurred.
And one was, did I hear you say from 8:30 a.m. to 8-something p.m.?
Yes, Your Honor.
All
That
day.
obstruction was from 8:49 a.m. and it was removed from 8:30 p.m. If I may just, Your Honor, that was Halloween, October 31st,
Yeah,
2020.
of course it was. What's the recommendation?
My recommendation, Your Honor, would be inpatient treatment.
And Your Honor, in response, when I talked to my client, she indicated that she hadn't been drinking. It's hard to tell with this other allegation. She said she didn't put anything in between her skin and the device. She doesn't know, doesn't have an explanation as to why that was showed up as an obstruction. She did test this morning. I think part of the problem is she's only testing twice a week. I would certainly recommend that be increased to 3 times a week, so that this can be demonstrated. If the problem is bigger than what she thinks, it can be demonstrated, and it needs to be demonstrated. Because if she's obstructing, that would have to stop. If she doesn't know how this happened, she needs to find out how it happened and find out what steps she can take to eliminate that. So, Judge, she's indicated that she doesn't know how that happened. I don't have the report in front of me, so all I can do is go on what has been stated in open court. I wouldn't recommend inpatient at this time. I would recommend increased testing to make sure to verify for ourselves that there is or is not a problem that she's having.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Reed, was there something you wanted to add before I make my decision?
Yes, Judge, I would concur with Mr. Fikens. And I do have a problem sometimes when we have conflicting test results. And I understand what the court says, that our devices register different levels. And my concern sometimes is that if it is a positive alcohol at a level that JAMS or ATF can't pick up, is it truly a consumption and not an industrial use? And so I would agree with Mr. Fikens, maybe increase the testing. Thank you, Judge. That's all.
And I hear you, Mr. Reed, but here's the thing. We're dealing with an obstruction.
Oh, and I didn't respond to that, Judge. I have not heard of obstruction violation in quite a few, in a year at least.
Yeah, because they don't work out well.
With a very long time. I don't know. Yeah, says she didn't.
You're breaking up, Mr. Reed.
Yeah, we had people putting in multiple things to try to obstruct. Can you hear me?
No.
Can you hear me? No? Okay. I'm feeling message.
You have a bad connection, really bad connection. All right. Miss Rob.
Thank you.
All right, Miss Robs, anything else you want to add?
Just, Your Honor, that she, Miss Walters requested to get on this tether. And the thing is with the tether, Your Honor, it's an obstruction. And I even suggested that she checks in with me on Wednesday. I urged her to be honest with me, that she can talk to me about anything. That my position is not to just make recommendations for her for sanctions, but it's also to be a support system for her. I don't know what else to do, Your Honor, in terms of what direction to take with her. And I just do believe that, you know, there is a level of dishonesty that is there, Your Honor, that Ms. Walters has not addressed. And I believe that, you know, her addiction, Your Honor, her alcohol use is a little bit more than what she's saying. She also has the marijuana. She did, in fact, Your Honor, she tested on the days on the 23rd, October 23rd, where she was completely
No, I
negative
tested
in
the
substances.
26th and the 27th.
Okay, so she tested around October 23rd, where she was completely negative. Then she tested on the 26th of October, and she was positive for THC.
I didn't
Then
test
she
on the
tested
23rd.
on the 27th, according to JAMS. She tested again on the 27th, and she was still positive for THC. These obstructions that is being reported out, Your Honor, were October 30th and October 31st. So she has not, if she states she's tested today, I would not have those results. But Your Honor, she is still using substances. And it's clear, it's been confirmed from the manufacturer as well as house arrest that she is definitely interfering with this tether. Upon entering drug treatment court, Your Honor, we go over with each defendant what chemicals they can use, what to avoid. Ms. Walters is fully aware of things that she can't use. I just believe, Your Honor, at this point it's a game of manipulation, and I think she does need a higher level of care. Thank you, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, just in brief response, I would like to indicate it appears that, and I know different tests reveal different results, but it appears that the testing from the tether is not consistent with alcohol use. It's just, now obstruction is another thing, but we have
detected. There was alcohol detected from the October 30th test.
there was,
October 30th.
but not use, but not use, not regarded as use.
Sorry to interrupt. I just got called. Deja Smith is in detention now.
Okay, yeah, Ms. Ross has her marching orders for Ms. Smith. There's nothing for me to do. Oh, is there a form I need to fill out?
Yes, ma'am, it's already sent.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
So I would just conclude, Your Honor, by saying there is an obstruction issue. I don't know that obstruction should go to inpatient. I think we need to determine with better testing, more testing, to see if there's a problem with alcohol and marijuana. Thank you, Judge.
All right. And so, Mr. Griffin, were you about to say something?
Okay, we keep hearing the attorney say increased testing, but that's the reason why we have her on an alcohol tether with the 2 times per week in the alcohol tether. But if she's going to obstruct the alcohol tether, for we can't get a reading for alcohol, it's defeating the purpose. I understand that if we increase testing 3 times plus the alcohol tether, it's kind of overkill. That's why we have the alcohol tether. So it's the fact that she did something to interfere with us knowing she drunk on the 30th or the 31st. So that's the issue. I don't think increasing the testing with the alcohol tether would resolve anything, right?
I hear you. It would be overkill, basically. But this is what I'm going to do. Ms. Walters, I'm going to tell you right now, you are in denial. And that denial is going to cost you, because I am equipped to help you, but only when I'm working with the truth. I can't help you when I'm working with denials, when I'm working with untruths. And so today you have chosen to be in denial. And I'm going to set you up to where either it's going to come out in the wash. That's the bottom line. It's going to come out in the wash. You're going to continue with the tether. That's fine. You're going to get on Miss Robs, have her get on the 800 number, even if her treatment is increased to intensive outpatient treatment at this time. Mr. Fikens, I hear what you're saying. We're going to see if there's really a problem, because what we know right now is she's not being honest. That's what I know. I'm just telling y'all, I know that. She's also, I need her to do the intensive outpatient treatment, and that needs to happen immediately. But let me say this, the next violation, I'm holding this in abeyance. If there's an obstruction, if there's a dilution, if there's any sign of anything, she's going to go to the Wayne County Jail first, and then she's going to go to inpatient treatment. She's going to go to the Wayne County Jail so she can see where denial will land her, okay? And then we'll get her in treatment, because that's where I want her to be in the first place. I want to address the issues. So we're going to do both. We're going to do the denial and the treatment. But that's how it's going down, Ms. Walters. That is how it's going down. The next time you have an obstruction, you can use as much cleaning supplies as you choose to and get a positive read, you going to jail. I'm gonna make it real clear for you. You going to jail. You can put whatever you want on your hands, on your pants. You can put your pants around your head if you want to. You get a positive read, you going to jail because of your denial. And then I'm gonna address your issue, because then I'll know what I need to do. Today you've tied my hands. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. Today you've tied my hands. I can't help you. That's where we are. So anything you want to say, Ms. Walters?
No, ma'am.
Okay, it's so unfortunate because I want to see you overcome and I want to see you be able to get into the proper treatment program. I can't do that without you being honest with me. I just can't do it. So Ms. Robs, I'm bringing her back on November 19th, unless there is a, Ms. Robs, if there's a positive anything of obstruction, I want her back immediately. And I want her to come into the courthouse because she'll be taken into custody. So her return to court date will be November 19th, 2020 at 9:00 a.m. Anything else in consideration?
No, Your Honor. Thank you,
All
Judge.
right. All right. Thank you. All right, Ms. Walters, the ball is in your court. If you need the help, ask for it. We're here to help you. This is not a system to punish. It's a system to help. But if I can't help if I'm not working with the truth, okay? You understand, Ms. Walters?
Yes.
All right. All right. Wonderful. Thank you, Ms. Robs. Thank you, everybody. I need everybody to have a wonderful day. That ends the docket for this morning. Thank you all for serving.